Hello, Just Too Good here, back for another video, and today we're doing the long-awaited My Thoughts on San Diego Comic-Con 2015. This is the third of the My Thoughts on San Diego Comic-Con video, and what we're doing today is where I'm just going to express my thoughts on everything LEGO related that was really revealed in terms of physical sets at San Diego Comic-Con. And you can find a link to all the pictures I use in this video in the description down below. I just have to say, this year for San Diego Comic-Con was definitely smaller for LEGO than the previous years. Not only did most of the stuff get revealed before the actual event, there's very few reveals during the event, but also there wasn't any real big sets revealed, which is a little bit disappointing. But we still got some pretty neat reveals, so let's get straight into it. So the first reveal that we'll take a look at today is the new Batman vs Superman LEGO set on the Batmobile. Now what LEGO did was something they don't usually do, but they only revealed part of the set. So what we got was a look at the Batmobile and the minifigure. The other part of the set, I would assume, is maybe a villain vehicle with about maybe 2 unnamed villains or something like that, or maybe even Lex Luthor, but I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. But this is a $30 set that has around 300 pieces, so it is actually a very good Batmobile, and dare I say, one of my favorite LEGO Batmobiles that LEGO has put out. Because you see, I feel like a lot of the LEGO Batmobiles LEGO puts out is the same thing. You got that kind of long build, and it looks accurate to the comics, but I wish they would try some new stuff. Really, that's what they did here. And what they have is, it's based off of the Batmobile from the movie, and from what I can understand, it's pretty darn accurate. I heard people say the color's off, but I guess we would have to wait and see for the movie to see if that color is really off. Now, the minifigure himself is probably my least favorite part of this reveal, because I wish they would have put the eyes that Ben Affleck has and maybe a little bit of stubble on the minifigure. Because, for example, like in the movie, the eyes that the Batman has are kind of these dark eyes where you can see his actual eyes and his pupils and everything. But right here, they just reused the face from 2015 LEGO Batman, which I don't think it fits too much in terms of accuracy of the movie. Other than that, great outfit. Love how they're using the dual molded boots, and love the new torso print. Now, the toy arc, which I have used their pictures before with permission, you can see right here that they actually took some pretty darn good pictures of the inside of the vehicle. And what you have is a little bit of room to fit the minifigure. And you got kind of this nice lift technique with the little new windshield pieces. And that's a really cool part of the set. They actually made new windshield molds just to fit the Batmobile, which look pretty darn cool. And the inside's kind of cramped, but still, I think it's very sleek for the Batmobile as this $30 set. And also, just based on the movie, it looks pretty accurate. So, very much looking forward to that. And I like their picture of Batman more that they took in real life than the official picture that LEGO released for the Wall Street Journal. Because you can see it just gives a little bit more detail, and it looks better, I think, in real life than on that one official picture. But next up is actually a reveal that they did, which wasn't even an official reveal, but they had this kind of hanging up at the con floor. And what it is a look at the LEGO Batman vs Superman Wonder Woman minifigure. Now you can see Wonder Woman has actually a new hairpiece, which is probably my favorite part of this whole minifigure. That looks a little bit like, say, Philly and Killy or even Thorin's hairpiece from the LEGO Hobbit line. And that works out in this kind of brownish color, and I love how that came out. But the rest of her is very cool. You can't see it too much in this picture, which was actually provided by my friend Pugnacious10, so check his channel out, which a link to that is in the description. But she has some bracelet printing on the bottom of her arms, which come out really cool. She even has a new headband printing on the top of her facial print. So it looks really freaking cool. Can't wait to see which sets she comes in. I don't think she comes in the Batmobile set, because I feel like the Batmobile is a set that they could just put Batman in as Batmobile and kids will buy it anyways. So I think maybe she'll come in either a small set or a big set for Batman vs Superman. And then again, we don't even know how many sets are coming out for the theme. But also, it's kind of a good note that this is kind of in the same style of the new posters they revealed at Licensing Expo, which were actually kind of interesting. And these were posters based on the Batman vs Superman minifigures, and you can see Batman right there is kind of the one we saw at that Batmobile reveal, and then Superman himself, it actually has a new hairpiece, which looks really cool, and it fits his appearance more than I think when they used his other hairpiece in the Man of Steel sets. So I like how they went the extra mile and included a new hairpiece, just like what they did with Wonder Woman, and that looks all cool. So next up, we got a very controversial reveal, but probably my favorite reveal in terms of how surprising it was. And this was revealed a few weeks before Comic-Con, And that is the Lego Angry Birds reveal. And they didn't reveal a set or anything, but they revealed this teaser picture, which is a very important teaser picture because it's just how it came out. You can see we finally get a look at how the minifigures will look. They're not actual minifigures, but they're kind of like, think the Lotso minifigure from the Lego Toy Story 3 sets, where they're this kind of one piece. It looks like Red right here, which is the main character from the movie, is one piece, and then he has maybe two different pieces for the arms, for one for the left and right, where they're kind of these little things with the Technic pins at the end, and you just stick them into the body. And that's kind of a interesting mold, and if you look, it's very accurate to the movie. And that's the thing. While it is accurate to the movie, which this is actually official still from the movie, and these sets are based on the movie and not the video game. It's like, say, Prince of Persia, where it's based on the movie and not the video game. What comes out here is kind of just, it's like, I don't like it because I don't like how they look in the movie. So yeah, it looks accurate, and LEGO did a good job in terms of accuracy, but they just don't look good in the movie. So it's like, I'm not a fan of this. So he does come with an egg piece, which that will be really interesting. I want to see how that comes out. It's probably like a reverse, it probably has like a reverse stud on the bottom or something like that, where basically that's just like an opening so you could fit it on a stud. And you could even see there's actually parts of the pigs, which the pigs seem to use maybe some minifigure hands, kind of different from what Red has, because it looks like they actually have the traditional minifigure arms. But they also have studs on top. I want to see more of that, and I was hoping at Comic-Con they would reveal more, but all they really showed off was this little teaser right here. Now, I don't know what they could do for sets, and it's going to be very hard to do sets. I mean, if it was based on the video game, you could do that really iconic look of the birds, and you could maybe do something like what Connects did, which you knock stuff over, but I don't know if they could do that with this, because these won't fit on super jumpers or anything, so it will be like an action-adventure based sets of vehicles. I don't know. It's going to be really weird, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they turn out. Not sure, because I feel like they can't really be that good, but LEGO has a track record of taking crappy movies and making great sets based on them. I mean, look at the Prince of Persia theme, or look at the Lone Ranger theme. So we'll have to see how that turns out. But for now, definitely the biggest surprise out of Comic-Con, even though it was revealed kind of weeks before, but you kind of get what I'm saying. All right. So what they did reveal as well was a trailer for LEGO Doctor Who at LEGO, or in LEGO Dimensions. And while I won't dwell too much on the gameplay trailer, I don't really watch Doctor Who, but I love all the trailers they revealed so far, and this was no different, because this looks like a really fun level to play. They actually got Peter Capaldi, which is, I'm pretty sure, he is the current Doctor. I'm 100% sure he is the current Doctor. And what they did was they made him voice the Doctor, so he's kind of interacting in his original voice clips. Now, what I'm going to dwell on, though, is the physical packs they revealed for Doctor Who. We're getting a fun pack of a Cyberman, and we're getting a level pack of Doctor Who. Now, we already saw the level pack in kind of an early reveal on LEGO's website, which they kind of took down. But what we got for the Cyberman is its new minifigure head mold, and it's a $15 set, because all these fun packs are $15. And I like how they went above and beyond and made a new head mold for the Cyberman. And his torso and legs look so good. I mean, they look like something you could use for a custom Iron Man or whatever like that. So I really like how that came out. Even though I'm not familiar with the character, it's nice to get really an above and beyond version of the minifigure. Kind of like what they did with Doc Brown, where they made a fun pack of him, and you get a new hair mold. And it does come with a little Dalek, which looks like it has some exclusive printing on the top of that little dish right there. And that's really cool to kind of play around with. So that's a nice inclusion. So yeah, Doctor Who as this fun pack, or this fun pack for Doctor Who, is really darn cool. And then we also got this new level pack for Doctor Who, which, like I said, we saw earlier, but this is the best picture we've got of it so far. I basically expressed my thoughts before. New mold for the hair and the sonic screwdriver. Very clever, because what they do is now they don't have to say, okay, we made a new mold just for the LEGO idea set that's coming out for Doctor Who. But they could say, since this is a wide release dimension set, we use the molds from there for the Doctor Who set, so it won't cause such an uproar. Now, what they have here is a new mold for the hair, and that hair piece is actually going to be used for Bill Murray's character from Ghostbusters. I think it's Peter Venkman. I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of escaping my mind at the moment. But he's going to be in a level pack for Ghostbusters, and he has that hair mold that the Doctor has right here in brown, which fits him much better than the one they used in the Kuso project. So I like how that came out, but we still gotta wait for pictures of that to come out. And also, there's some great printing on the mini TARDIS here, and there's some great printing on the little Kanon bot. So very impressed by this LEGO Dimensions pack right there. Alright, so next up is this little thing right here, and you may be like, what is this? But this was actually revealed If you went to the Ninjago panel, you were giving this for free. And what it is it's a little Lego flag piece, same material or whatever, on a key kind of necklace lanyard, not really a keychain, but like a lanyard. And this picture is from the Brick Fan. Thanks to Alan for letting me use this picture. But what we got here is a teaser for next year's Ninjago sets and next Ninjago season. Now, obviously, this means that they're going to have pirate stuff. Ooh, that's going to be cool, right? Maybe even pirates in the sky, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything. All right, next up is the LEGO Mixels stuff, and LEGO kind of has a tradition now where they reveal the next year's Mixel wave, just like 3 of them, to kind of give a tease at next year's Mixels. And what they got now is they're really stretching the tribes here, I guess Mixel tribes as they call them, I guess. And but that's kind of what Mixels is. Mixels is literally a stretch. The whole idea of Mixels is they're these wacky, kooky creatures. So I'm not as surprised as other people who are like, what the heck are they doing with Mixels? I mean, they've always been wacky, so it's just, I guess it's just expected that they would get even more wackier. So what they have now is what looks to be like a music or singing tribe, and one of them looks like a guitar. The other one is kind of this castle guy, so maybe a castle tribe. And then the other one is this police one. I was actually quite pleased with, I think it was Series 5 Mixels that I got. Yeah, the Series 5 Mixels line. So I might be getting back into Mixels, so I might actually get these. I don't know. They look kooky, they look crazy, but they're Mixels. And they come with some nice pieces, and they always seem to surprise me once I buy them. And they're really fun to build and stuff like that. All right, next up is the only Star Wars reveal at the whole convention, unfortunately, which is really disappointing because I was hoping for maybe a Force Awakens set reveal, but while this is a Force Awakens set, it's not what I expected. Basically, this is a LEGO Stormtrooper, which is going to be coming out January 1st, 2016, along with the Batman vs. Superman sets, which is actually kind of cool because I was expecting the Batman vs. Superman sets to come out like March because the movie comes out March, but it comes out, it seems like they're doing stuff 2 months before the movies. But anyways, about this right here, this is the construction figure or buildable figure of the LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens Stormtrooper. Honestly, out of all the buildable LEGO Star Wars minifigures that are coming out in the future, this one is my favorite, just from what I've seen. So, I mean, this looks really, really darn cool. Like, I'm really happy with how this came out. He has a nice new helmet mold. He looks really sleek. He looks accurate. And I kind of like how the Stormtroopers look in Star Wars The Force Awakens. So, I guess that's kind of biased right there. But it looks so freaking good. So, really love how that came out. Very, very cool. And I might actually pick this one up. Now, it is kind of disappointing, however, that they didn't reveal any Star Wars The Force Awakens construction sets, like not buildable figures, but actual like play sets. I was hoping they would do one because usually every year they reveal a Lego Star Wars kind of big set around $70, or they could have even revealed a set from the January 2016 wave. But I don't know, maybe they'll do or reveal all of them at D23 because that's literally less than a month before the sets actually come out. But we'll have to see when that comes out. And it's weird to think that in less than 2 months, these sets will be out, which is just crazy. But not this set in particular, but the Star Wars The Force Awakens first 7 sets. So anyways, going on to the LEGO Ninjago Temple. Wait a minute, I already took a look at this, which you could see that thoughts video by just going on my channel or whatever. All right, now on to the exclusives. Basically, LEGO releases a whole bunch of exclusive minifigures at Comic-Con, as well as, which is a whole complex process, but they sell for like hundreds on eBay. Then they release these exclusive sets, which are just buildable sets. But what we got here is Sam Wilson Captain America, which is basically Falcon as Captain America, which is how he appears in Secret Wars from what I've heard. And he looks really cool. I like how they use the dual molded legs that are found on Spider-Man, same color and everything, and nice new printing on his torso and his face, and he has a great happy look right there. And also they had for DC, they had a exclusive Arsenal minifigure, which is based on his Arrow appearance. Very cool look there, even though I think I like Sam Wilson Captain America just a little bit better, but I don't watch Arrow, which I probably should. Also, they had a buildable set for Action Comics #1 Superman, which came out pretty cool. Just missing the civilians. I wish it kind of included the civilians, honestly, which are found on that comic book cover. And also, they had a little construction set for the Throne of Ultron, which is pretty cool as well. No exclusive minifigures on either of these, which is kind of fine because it makes them less exclusive for those who missed out on the convention. Also, they had a little mini build for Dagobah for LEGO Star Wars, which, don't really care about mini builds, so I don't really care about this, but still looks pretty cool for Star Wars fans. And also, they had exclusive mask for the LEGO Bionicle fans, which is kind of cool that LEGO Bionicles is getting 2 exclusives. They had one in New York Comic Con, and now they have one at San Diego Comic Con. So that's it for now. You guys can express which ones were your favorite reveals. Honestly, my favorite reveal in terms of surprise was Angry Birds, and my favorite set in terms of its looks was the LEGO Batman vs Superman Batmobile. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.